Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactic Talk. Welcome back, my friends, and thanks for tuning in. Do you guys like being a meat shield for other players? Do you guys like being a meat shield for other players? I do not particularly like it, even as I know there are players who can make incredible use of the tactic. Also, too, and in addition to, it does have something to do with the situation, has something to do with the tank and the maps and the deployment. I started this well into the deployment, but you can see what's kind of going on here. We have a bunch of campers. I'm going to let you take a look at the tank rolls there while we're discussing this little battle and kind of watching how things are going. I'm really surprised this T-20 does this. I think he actually, yeah, he did. I'm like, is he really going to do that? He did. he did it. I'm not a fan of this particular playstyle, like I said, even though I am quite aware that some people do well at it. And I'm not talking about this playstyle that I'm doing. Just watch what was going on down the south. I'm so surprised he did that again. I'm not even sure what is going on there, but okay. We pop him twice. My problem with it is largely this. The playstyle relies on your team to reduce the enemy a little bit. I wish I was ready because I would have been able to kill him right there. But then he does it again, so okay. It really, really relies on your team taking some of the hit points down from the enemy team. Which means you're using your team as a meat shield. And there's a lot of memes about it, and some very good players absolutely believe in this, that's exactly how you do it. You know, stupid pubs, it's their fault. Let them die, who cares? We'll have a high win rate and farm the damage. I mean, I get that on a certain level. But that doesn't mean it isn't an extremely irritating kind of playstyle. And it is a very selfish kind of playstyle, which, again, it's pixel tanks. Let's not get too crazy. I'm not talking about you know, federal charges against anybody here. Although that's not a bad idea. No, I'm just kidding. I like this Tiger P backs up and gives me that shot, and then I low roll like a boss, 197. One more. Oh, 212. That'll work. Yeah, here comes the KV-2. That's a little worrisome because I don't want to get derped. Notice what's going on the other side of the map, though, as I've been talking. The bulk of their team is here. Currently, the bulk of what's left of our team is over at the cap. I haven't really given away who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about, but most of you have probably already figured it out. If you haven't, then look at it and start to figure it out. What is Guido talking about? The meat shield play style that he doesn't enjoy. Now, I have a T50-2 behind me. That's a bummer. I'm going to make a pretty big mistake here. What I should have done right here is just spun around. Hopefully he didn't track me, but I do have a kit left. And gone straight at the T50-2. But I was worried about these guys turning around. Really, I was worried about the KV-2 coming right around the corner and hitting me while I spun. So I did need to back up a little bit. But I make a mistake not getting out of here. And I wish I'd have just charged the KV-2. You'll notice there's also an E25 in behind me. So I'm going to back out. Yeah, this bloody thing. I'm hoping I can get a spot on this guy. I mean, he's just really tearing me up. Pretty quickly here, though. I make a bad decision, or it's not a bad decision necessarily, it's the wrong decision. He wasn't in that bush, he was over there, little bugger. Put a shot on him, that's nice. Now what I would need to be doing is just spinning around and headed that way. I was a little bit worried about the E25, I was potentially worried about the 3601 and the Tiger P coming down the ramp, but my only possibility to get out of this was to get out quickly. Problem is I kind of futz around. Now I'm looking forward. I'm like, oh no, here comes the KV-2. Oh, they're behind me. Oh no, they're in front of me. Now what? I don't know. Oh boy, what's going on? Let's turn my turret. It's really slow. Indecision. I don't know what to do. Let's go. No, nope, yes, no, I don't know. Just terrible. Just atrocious. And, oh, look at that. Now there's an E25 behind me, so he's just going to absolutely gun me down. I do manage to auto-aim him. Turn around just enough. I get ammo wrecked, of course. I hit him once, and I started getting slapped by everything, and I end up dying. 1,732. So what's going on with the rest of the team, my friends? Who is it I am talking about? The meat shield, the play style. Well, clearly it's the E25s, who have spent the entire game camping over on the other side. They have engaged some tanks. Let's go over there and see what we got. We got this fella sitting right here. They've killed another E25. They've lost a bunch of guys. They're shooting guys across the map, and that appears to be it. That appears to be it. That is the sum total of what we have done so far. So far. All of their team that died up in the corner reduced the enemy team. I got 1,700. The rest of the team didn't do amazing, but we did reduce some of their hit points. And I'm going to type in here because I'm figuring this is a loss. I'm watching these guys camp, and I'm thinking, well, they're just bad campers. But that doesn't turn out to be exactly the truth. They're really pretty dang good in their E25. I think this dude may have even have it 3 marked. His is 2. I think the other guy is 3. Or this may have been his 3-mark game, actually. You know what? I think this may have been his 3-mark game. I believe when I looked him up, it showed 3 marks. So I think this is the one that got it, because I don't see any marks on the other feller over there. What are they doing? They're E25s. They're running back to the corner, and they're going to farm the attack. Now, I don't know... I was going to say, I don't know if they think they can win this. I bet they do think they can win this, because they have a good win rate. This is a pretty typical way to win with E25's late game. Usually good players will do this as a reaction to a bad thing happening. These guys essentially went to this tactic as the actual tactic, the beginning tactic. But we'll just watch them while we discuss the rest of it. They do a nice job. I ain't going to lie. The two of them are probably on comms. They're talking, having a good time, enjoying their gaming experience, shooting bad guys, using a basically broken TD. But whatever, there's plenty of broken tanks in the game, and I can play them too if I wanted to, right? But one of the big things about this tank is it's holding as much camo as it does as it fires. Look at it just sitting there firing away and no one's seeing it. I think the 3601 has line of sight, or is he actually lower? He may be lower. I don't know if he has an exact line of sight on the E25. KV2's coming in. And holy cow, I mean, this just looks like a loss, right? They've got an Artie. They've got some decent hit point guys, but they don't have a lot of vision because it's just a Thunderbolt 3601 and KV2, and these are stealthy E25s and good E25 players who have used the entire team as meat shields for the game. And I would suspect, more than likely, this is the standard tactic. On a different map, they may have been a little further forward. They may have been supporting. It is difficult with an E25 to get up into the northwest corner and support, because you're going to get spotted. But it did not appear to be any kind of inkling of going over there and helping. They were really concentrating on looking across the opening there into the other cap to a large extent. When the enemy team, the T50-2 and the other E25 and whatnot, started to come in behind us when we were still alive and they were moving up, there was no attempt to move over there and try to take those on. I think the intention was probably, for the most part, to just fall back into these positions the whole time. Farm what they could across the map, other people spotting for them, the meat shield trick. Let the heavies and everything die or win, didn't matter to them really, and then fall back or push forward if the heavies won and start with the cleanup action. And it works. It really does. Especially these guys have pretty good win rates, especially in their E25s. M12 does them a solid by taking out the KV2. But for me, it's a really irritating playstyle. Again, because of the reliance on letting other people die or win, doesn't matter to them really at the end of the day, and then sitting back and farming as people push into them. You know what I'm saying? It's a very selfish kind of gameplay, even as it is very effective. Not for everybody. Some people can't really do it that well. These guys got it down. They do a really nice job here of winning this game. So we got people just... And, of course, the enemy team is being a bit of a Muppet show as well. Yes, they're low hit point E25s, but you got to catch these guys out. And right now, the way they're doing it, they're not going to. In fact, there's almost no way for this team to push this area and win, because they're just going to get spotted. The Thunderbolt did manage to get into the Artie, though, and I think he kills the Artie. That's a huge advantage right there if they end up killing. I don't remember if he does. Maybe the Artie shotguns him. I don't remember. What is he doing over there? I have no idea. Oh, that's because the game isn't running. Here we go. Now he's doing something. The enemy team Artie should probably be dropping shots on this bush. The 3601 and whoever's been shot from this bush probably needs to be clicking on that bush and tell the Artie that one of the E25s is in that bush. Right. So they did kill the M12. They did also find out that the 131 GFT is pushing up. So he's got hit points. Actually, I thought he did. Nope, he's down hit points. Never mind. So we're both back up here doing our thing. Is this guy 3 mark? Maybe it's that guy that's the 3 mark. Let's find out, my friends. Maybe it's this. It is this guy. All right, so one's a 2 mark, one's a 3 mark. And they're just watching. They've meat shielded out, baby. They have shielded. We have shielded these two with all of the meat that we had, so to speak. And it is pretty much farm-a-llama-ding-dang time. Thunderbolt's trying to make it happen. He's hoping for a spot. He's just not going to. He doesn't have the vision to do it. Smart enough not to push for the moment. For the moment. We'll speed this up. Going to 2 times speed. Thunderbolt's having to think about it. He's not sure. Uh-oh. There he is. He made a push. That worked. That went poorly. Looks like our friend may have been seen. I don't see any artillery coming back at him, though. So he backs out. Probably. Nope. There it is. They did take a poke at him. All right. So he gets out of that. Uh-oh. All right. Here comes the guy with hit points. He's making a runner. He gets hit. This guy's spotted. Oh. That sort of looked like an HE shell with no stun involved. And it's just a massacre at this point. They find the 3601. Artillery takes a stab based on the guy's last motion. PSU Lion takes that dude down. Now we just got to find this dude. He misses. Ouch. Moving shot. Here comes an Artie. He dodges out of the way. And it's pretty much the end of it, my friends. I'm not going to make you watch the gory end, but the 2E25s emerge victorious. Let me know what you think down below. I don't know if there's not a fix to it. It's just it's a way to win the game. I don't care for it. It doesn't matter whether I do or not. It's part of the game. People can do it, but it is very irritating when people sit back and use the rest of the team to reduce hit points enough to win the game. Is there a fix? Let me know what you guys think. I don't think there is. It's not like you can make that kind of playstyle illegal. I've done it before myself, not from the very beginning like that, I would say. Although I have camped with a TD and won by sitting back at the cap. And maybe this is a one-off for these two. Maybe they're absolutely super hyper-aggressive. They looked at the situation and said, that's our best way to win. Sit back here at cap because we can't really influence the battle with our E25s up in the northwest. That could very well be, but it becomes very frustrating when you see this going on. There's no reaction from people who are camping back at the cap, and you get run over, right? There's no support. They're not in the right position. Potentially, they could have been over here shooting at the guys as they come around the corner. These bushes are really nice for that, but they were over here engaging. There you go. And, of course, I start crying about how we're going to lose, and they win. So good on them. Good on them for that. Let me know what you guys think down below on the meat shield tactic. What are the pros and cons? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it situational? Am I crying about nothing? Probably. Probably. That's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you.